What's going on, guys? This is Inspector Freck here, and today I bring you a Spec Ops gameplay on the map Resistance. And this gameplay was actually from like the first week I had my channel. I'm playing with PC Masters, the guy who does my intro. Didn't have the mic at the time because my headset was broken, and yeah, this is us playing, just screwing around a little bit. He said he liked survival and that kind of shit, so I figured I'd run it for a little bit. I know he's going to be pretty excited this is going up. I told him a long time ago this was going up, but I haven't been able to really follow through because I've had so many other gameplays to put up. But anyway, for those of you guys who are real old subscribers, you'll remember I said, survival and zombie gameplays are going to be reserved for what do you call it? For like story time shit. Me telling like high school stories, or good times or bad times in my life or whatever. So those of you guys who remember, you know exactly what's going on now. And for everyone else, yep, that's what this is. This is, whenever you see something like this, it's not multiplayer. It's yeah, it's me talking about some random shit. So anyway, as you can tell from the from the title, this video is about me getting arrested. And no, this isn't like today. That's not why the video is going up so late. I've been up all night playing zombies. But this was about roughly 2 years ago. Well, Danielle told me the date. It's 2 years ago on July 19th. I was living in Wildwood, New Jersey, and I was arrested. That's a short story. Well, all right, start out. The night before, well, alright, started real out. Like 2 days before that, we got paid. Well, I got paid for my job, and I really wanted a car. If you guys don't, not really, you guys don't know. So I'm really into like Eclipses, like tuner cars and all that kind of shit. And I was just browsing around Craigslist one day at work, and I saw that there was this 1990 Mitsubishi Eclipse up for sale for like $1,000, and the guy said just needed a muffler or whatever. So I was like, shit. I was like, let's go after this. So I got paid, and I had work all that day. So we went the next day. We went about 30-40 minutes away, and we looked at the car and bought it. And we drove it home. When the guy said, you're allowed to use our, you could keep the license plate on there. He said, just once you register the vehicle, just bring it back, or turn it into DMV for us. I said, all right, sweet deal, because I didn't have an extra plate. So yeah, we kept it. I went out first thing in the morning. I believe it was a Saturday or something like that. First thing in the morning, and went out to DMV. It was like 5 minutes away from my house, and got the car registered. We got it, the title switched over, registration, all that kind of shit. Went out. We stopped at AutoZone, so because the bolts to hold on the license plate were rusted, so we went out to AutoZone to get a new license plate bracket and hardware and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're on our way home from there. We come back into Wildwood, and I'm in the middle of traffic. Keeping in mind, this is like a summer city, so like it's middle of summer. Like I said, July 19th, packed, fucking packed. Like I'm in the middle of traffic. No scope. I'm in the middle of fucking traffic with like a dozen cars ahead of me, and more than a dozen cars like up my ass on my bumper. And it's like we're in a section of town where it's lights like right every street, like every I would say about 25-30 feet there's a light. It's like the ridiculously like red light district part of town. And yeah, we're sitting there. I have my seatbelt on. If you guys don't know what a 1990 Mitsubishi Eclipse is like, it has one of those like automated like self-buckling seatbelt things where it like flips over your shoulder. So there's no way I can drive without a seatbelt. Really, anyone can be in a car without a seatbelt. So I'm driving, and I see this cop sitting on one of the side streets where it's about to pass, and red light comes. I'm about third or fourth car in on the red light. I'm just sitting there and chilling. My house, our apartment at the time, is like 2 blocks away. All right, I shit you not, we're 2 blocks away from our house. So yeah, I look in the rear view. I'm always cautious of cops just because I really don't like them. And I'm looking in the rear view. I see he pulls out like 4 or 5 cars behind us. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I think naturally anyone, sees a cop pull behind them at some point, it goes, oh shit, what if they're after me? But I wasn't doing anything. So, I sat there real calm. I said, I'm not doing anything. I'm going way under the speed limit because so was everyone else. And I got my seatbelt on and nothing's wrong. And, so I continue to drive. 2 blocks later, I turn onto my street. I park the car. The keys are out of the ignition. The door is open. Cop pulls down my street, flips his lights on, and starts fucking screaming over the damn intercom of the car. Get back in the fucking car. Well, not maybe cursing, but, get back in the car. I said, for what? I just parked my car. He said, get back in the car. I said, okay. So, the guy starts bugging out. He refused. He refused to fucking tell me what he's pulling me over for immediately. I know that. Before, when I was a teenager, look, how am I missing that guy? When I was a teenager, I lived in a whole neighborhood. There's about, I'd say about 40 houses in the neighborhood. Every single one of them was either part of the police force in some way or a government agency. Everyone in there, but my dad. Well, my dad kind of was. He's part of the federal government because of postal carriers, but everyone else in there was police officers, sheriffs, high end some kind of government service people. And I know from experience how to go about things like that. When someone pulls you over, you first find out what you're being pulled over for. If you have no idea, find out what you're being pulled over for. So I'm sitting there asking the guy, why'd you stop me? Why'd you stop me? Why'd you stop me? He refused to give me an answer. No answer, no answer. Keep in mind, it's in the middle of summer, about 92 degrees outside. And Joey's in the back seat, by the way. At that point, he is July 19th. He's 3 months old at that point, to the day. He's 3 months old. And he's in the back, and Danielle leans over while me and this guy are in the middle of just really going nowhere because I'm asking him what the fuck I'm being pulled over for, and he's not giving me an answer. Danielle leans over and says, "If I'm not in trouble for here, can I take my 3-month-old son inside?" He says no, point blank, no. He would not let me start the car. He would not let her out of the car with Joey in there, and we're fucking roasting in a black interior car, and She starts bugging out. How the fuck can I get him out? He's fucking 3 months old. He's gonna die in here. Blah blah blah. Starts freaking out on him. He says no. So then a fucking second officer shows up, and he comes to talk to me. He starts asking me a whole bunch of questions. I answer them. I wasn't rude about anything. I asked him. I said, "What am I being pulled over for?" He says, "I don't know. You're gonna have to talk. You have to talk to the officer who pulled you over." I said, "He won't answer me," and he just walks away. So Danielle leans out the window and she goes, "Can I please take my son out of here? He's 3 months old. He's going to freaking die in the car." And that second officer finally lets her out. So she goes out to the house. She puts the shit that we had inside the house. Oh, by the way, he has to see license, registration, all that kind of shit. We hand him all the shit. We explain what's going on. We kind of BS to the guy and said that we just bought this car from my uncle, and we have permission to drive it. Up until it's the registration's changed, and we couldn't change the registration in the parking lot. So he said this was fine, and the people at the DMV said this shit was fine. And that's it. We had the license plate, the title, registration, insurance, even on the car, all in our hands right there for him to see that we didn't bullshit. He can verify with the VIN, and So she ends up going inside and all that shit, and not even 5 minutes after she's in fucking side. Both officers approached the driver's side door and asked me to step out of the vehicle. And I know I've seen enough fucking cop shows and all that kind of shit to know when they tell you to step the fuck out of the vehicle, you're under arrest. So at that point, I start asking before I even step out of the vehicle. I mean, I'm still on my way out, but before I'm out of the vehicle, I'm asking them, what am I being? What did you pull me over for in the first place? I'm still asking the same question. Mind you, I've already been pulled over for about 25 minutes. I'm asking the same question non-stop for 25 minutes. What did I get pulled over for? What am I pulled over for? What am I pulled over for? No answer. So then he says, put your hands behind your back. I said, now I'm being arrested for what? I don't even know what I'm being pulled over for, let alone arrested for. And there's no reading of rights. He just fucking cuffed me, threw me in the back of the fucking police car. And then here's something that really pissed me off. Throws me in the back of a police car, doesn't buckle them up. I'm sorry, I have relatives that are police officers. It's standard procedure. Whether you transport the fucking person in the backseat of your car fucking a half a mile or 18 miles, you always buckle them up. And, you know, if you guys haven't been in the back of a police car, which I assume most of you haven't, like at this one anyway, it's not like leather seats or whatever. It's, you know, it's like a plastic. It's like a slippery fucking hot and 89, remember, 90-degree weather fucking plastic. And I'm wearing shorts. So I'm like fucking sliding all along the back seat of the car. As this guy whips it in a 25-mile-per-hour zone, he's whipping it doing 60 with no lights on. And like I said, I'm flying around the backseat of the fucking car. He knows I'm hitting the fucking... So I'm hitting both doors. I'm whacking my damn head. I'm saying, hey. I said, can you slow down, please? Like, because I'm getting whipped around. And he just fucking keeps... He, like, looks in the rear view and keeps fucking driving. Get to the damn police station. Only like 5 minutes away. Get to the damn police station. And, they fucking sit me in the car. I'm sitting in the fucking heat for about 15 minutes. They leave me in the fucking car for 15 minutes. No one's around. No, not a fucking single person. I'm left in the backseat of that fucking car in the heat for 15 minutes, just sitting there. And they finally bring me inside and everything. And I got the opportunity to be photographed and all that, fingerprinted, all that good shit by the lieutenant. You know, who's essentially... Lieutenant is like essentially the guy in charge all the time. Will you fucking stop, cat? He's essentially the guy who's in charge at all times, you know, with the exception of the chief of police. And I asked him. I realized his rank and all that kind of shit. I said, can I ask you? Because they will not answer me. I said, neither one of the officers have answered me, and I still don't know what I was pulled over for in the first place, let alone arrested for. I have no idea what's going on here. So he says, you mean to tell me, he does a logical thing. You mean to tell me that you have no idea why you got pulled over or why you're arrested? I said, no, I have no fucking idea. I asked him nonstop. I have witnesses. I have my next door neighbors, my landlord, my fiance. I have people that have, are witness to, me asking over and over again for about 25, 30 minutes, why am I pulled over? Let alone me asking them like 5 or 6 times what I'm being arrested for, and I got no answer. Well, at that point, he realized he's fucked. At that point, he realized his branch, his people, they're all fucked because he fucking... Hey, stop, cat. He fucking sits there and he goes, all right, hold on a minute. He stops what he's doing. In the middle of fucking, finishing, processing all the fingerprinting and shit. He just fucking... Damn it, cats. He just stops. He stops dead and he walks out of the room. He disappears for about a half an hour or whatever. I'm stuck there, handcuffed. For any of you guys who have never been arrested, they have you handcuffed behind your back and all that kind of shit. They walk you in, and then they handcuff you to a rail sitting outside of their lobby, their check-in area. And you stand there I would imagine in a normal situation, you'd sit there without these dickholes. You'd sit there for about maybe 5 minutes while they figure out what cell they're putting you in or whatever. Or if they're processing you immediately. But I sat there for about another 15 minutes attached to this fucking pole standing up, and then they move you from there to get fingerprinted and what do you call it, and your picture taken, all that kind of stuff. And from there they move you back out to that fucking pole for a little bit. And what I would imagine after that, they go they put you in a cell and whatever. But they didn't even bother to put me in a cell. I stood back on that fucking pole for about 45 minutes. My parents showed up. My mom showed up. My dad was at work. My mom showed up and started fucking freaking. And at this point, these fucking people knew they were fucking screwed, because they started fucking making bargains with my mom. They were like, we'll take care of this. We can get. They're saying now that this won't be. That they can get this off my record, if she just pays my bail or whatever right now. And I know how the legal system works. I told you guys before. As a minor in high school, I took law enforcement for 2 years. I know rules. I know laws. I took economics. I know how standard procedure for this kind of shit. There's no such thing as you pay your bail and you never get fucking, no more questions asked. That's not how shit works. So, at this point I was like, all right, something's a fuck up. And, anyway, I ended up paying $500 like as a bail or whatever, and just because first of all I had work about at this point, and I said I had work that same day, and at that point I had work in like half an hour. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't have time to sit here and argue with these people. I said Danielle, you have the money, you have my money, just fucking pay in the $500 fucking dollars. So he pays them the $500, and they fucking wait another fucking 10 minutes, and I get released and whatever. And still to this day, no fucking answer. No response. You look up my background check and all that kind of stuff. I've never been arrested. I've never been booked. I've never been anything. So there was some scummy shit going on here. I've been advised multiple times to fucking go to a lawyer and talk to them about the situation. But I really just don't want to have to deal with those fucking people anymore. And it's one of those things that it does happen, and it does get there are plenty of people that are just like me who just don't want to deal with the fucking hassle of having to deal with these fucking people anymore. That like this shit gets done to them, and they really don't. They want, like I said, they don't want to deal with the hassle of having to fucking put up with these fucking people anymore. So, this is one of the shitty. I mean, you always hear about cops beating the shit out of people, and I guess it's kind of beating the shit out of me, not strapping me in and flapping me around at 60 miles per hour in your backseat of your plastic patrol car. But it's like I said, it's not worth it to me. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna head and wrap it up. This is a very long video. So anyway, if you guys want more of this, leave us a like, leave it a comment, and let me know you want me to tell more random stories. And I hope you guys like it. If you want a little more details, there's so much shit. I think 16 minutes is enough for a video anyway. If you want me to do like a part 2 or a little more detail, just let me know. Or if there's any other kind of things you want to know, I'll do commentaries or whatever on it. But anyway, like I said, big ups to PC Master. He was pretty good playing here. I really had fun that day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.